Hi. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about sometimes I'm just going to give an example. I was at Starbucks the other day, and this lady got to chatting with me, and we were discussing how she she's an occupational therapist, and she didn't like what she was seeing at the company that she worked for, and they ended up letting her go, and she was very discouraged, and she's been out of work for a while, and she's a bit older than me. I would say she's in her 50s and stuff, and she's having a hard time finding a job. Sometimes, they're looking for a certain look, they're looking for younger, they're looking for, yeah, those two things, and somebody that is a little more naive, and that she wasn't naive, that's for sure. So I told her, I said, look, you still have your license, and I mean, you got to make some money. This lady didn't have a phone. She had her car going, and she had her house, but she didn't have, her property tax was due, and she didn't have a phone, and so I was saying, well, call 311-211, call St. Vincent de Paul to get some, temporary help. But you got to come out swinging. You got to fight. You got to, you start your own company. And she goes, you're right. You're right. So we were talking about names. It's. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice that I gave her. It's important that when you pick a name for your company, unless you have a lot of marketing dollars behind it to go down the path of, you have, all kinds of time and money to market what the company is. Why not say it right in the name of the company? Why not pick a name that is meaningful, positive, catchy, descriptive, and if you can get the letter A at the beginning of the name, if you are like a certified through the government, sometimes the government has a list, and customers sometimes contact the government to see if you're approved through the government, certified. So if you want your company at the top of other ones, you pick the letter A before it. So A blah 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 blah. A blah, and then when you get it incorporated, that A is gonna stick. You don't have to use it all the time. Um, you can do a doing business as also, but you know, so think of that ways to market. You can market through direct marketing campaign. You can market online. People are looking online. I do search engine optimization. It's $7.95. I take 2 to 3 payment. I offer 2 to 3 payment plan if people need to go on a payment plan for it. That's fine. Um, so I have expertise in search engine optimization that helps people um, have an internet presence. It helps people's companies, their business, to have an internet presence. So customers looking for products and services like the ones that you offer can find you online. And you have to compete. It's a fierce competition moving forward. And and it can be very expensive with some of the search engines. So you want to make sure you can get ranked up there without having to pay the advertising dollars if you can. Not to say that you don't have to, but I'm just saying depending on your budget. But you got to make some money. So if you're licensed, you can still be in that field, but you can have your own, and then you don't have to deal with the BS from other people. If they're engaging in criminal activity, if they're doing things that you just don't think that you don't approve of, you don't like, you don't want to be a part of. It's in steps. You can get a job, and then you can start to pay for some of the marketing and registration of the name, whether it's incorporated or LLC, um, and business license. It's just a step at a time, right? You figure out what's required, and then you do what's required, and then you compete, and then you can eventually. There comes a time in your life where I think that people should hire people. And then you should get a business system that works, a simple system that works. And businesses run on systems, and they don't have to be these complicated uh, systems, right? Um, I've run businesses on systems, and that's something that I can help uh, people out as well. I do consulting, search engine optimization. I can help them set up a business system that works, and I do the marketing. Um, I consult on the marketing, and I don't do. I can put a basic website together, but I don't brand it. If you're looking for a high-end brand, I'm not the person that does that. I can recommend somebody, but I don't do it myself. That's not my area of expertise. I hire people to do that, but I don't need to hire people to be found online. Um, so yeah, that's some things to think about. Um, uh, Going forward, that sometimes the need is there that you just have to start your business because you can't get a job. So don't let them push you out of the field. You could relocate areas if you want to, but to do the same business, don't let them take your license away. Don't let them crush you. And if anybody does harm you, say something. Report them. Say something. Make your calls. Make sure that you're doing it in a way that you're not going to get hurt or harmed. And you know, and God will take you there. He'll help you. Just use the common sense that He gave you. And you got to be strong. You have to be logical. You got to put the stress to the side. Say, I'm just gonna do this, and things are gonna get better. And then eventually, I'm gonna hire people so I can enjoy my life. You know. Okay. Bye.